When the season started, who would have thought the Eagles would be hapless and hopeless, or that Peyton Manning and Adrian Peterson would be as good as new, maybe better? And even people named Irsay couldn't have imagined the Colts at 10-5. But our intrepid prognosticator, Hank Goldberg, keeps churning out those W's. Okay, Hank, so what if you won a not-so-great 2-3 each the last 2 weeks?
2 straight 2-win weeks. My friend Creepy the Cooler told me, get straightened out for New Year's or I'll be going over the cliff.
Fiscal or otherwise, you're precipitously close to a championship season with a 49-38-2 mark. And speaking of championships, who you got winning the NFC East showdown tonight?
Well, Lindsay, in the months since Washington beat Dallas, Washington has allowed only 21 and change per game. Jim Haslett's defense has given up just 10 touchdown passes in the last 7 games. Dallas's defense gave up 526 yards, losing to New Orleans last week, 423 to Philadelphia, was outgained by Cincinnati, and gave up 437 to Washington in that loss, and has allowed an average of 30 points in the last 5 games. Then there's RG3. Washington has 6 straight wins and is the pick.
All right, what about the Vikings at home against Green Bay? Can Adrian Peterson set the rushing record and get Minnesota into the playoffs?
Well, Aaron Rodgers will have Jordy Nelson back, and Green Bay has rushed for more than 100 yards in 6 of its last 7 games. Peterson ran for 210 yards against Green Bay, and Minnesota still lost 23-14. A Green Bay win is worth a 2 seed. I say Green Bay gets its 6th straight win over Minnesota.
Okay, Hank, give us 3 more picks before the year is out.
When Miami heads into the elements with a makeshift secondary to face Tom Brady, New England has a playoff bye for incentive. Miami averaged 18.5 points per game before handling Jacksonville and Buffalo at home, and that won't be enough. New Orleans played its last 2 games with purpose. Drew Brees had 7 touchdown passes without an interception, and Mark Ingram and Darren Sproles are running well again. Carolina's offense stalled last week against Oakland. New Orleans finishes strong. Oakland hasn't scored a touchdown in its last 2 games, and its quarterbacks have been sacked 27 times. Carson Palmer won't make the finale. It'll be Terrell Pryor. San Diego had 11 sacks against the Jets and has the league's 4th best run defense. Stay classy, San Diego.
So that's the Redskins, Packers, Patriots, Saints, and Chargers. After this, it's on to the 2nd season, Hank.
Next week, Jim Moore gets more airtime than any of us. It's the playoffs.